Patrick's life was perfect. He had a happy marriage with Janet, a sweet and loving woman, and a 6-year-old daughter, Julia, who was the joy of the house. Playtime in the park, family dinners, and spontaneous laughter filled their days. But like an unexpected storm, everything changed. Janet fell ill suddenly, and despite all efforts, she did not survive. Patrick found himself engulfed in deep grief, trying to be strong for his daughter. The nights were long, and the silence in the house was oppressive. Julia asked about her mother, and with a trembling voice, he struggled to find words of comfort. The only constant presence besides them was Alicia, the nanny, a beautiful and seemingly helpful woman, but one who always made Julia inexplicably uncomfortable. Time passed, and Patrick decided to return to work, trying to resume his routine. Although physically and mentally exhausted, he made an effort to keep up appearances. Meanwhile, Alicia took every opportunity to get closer. Small gestures, a coffee left on his desk, a hand on his shoulder in supposed solidarity. "If you need anything, Patrick, I'm here," she said with a calculated smile. But Julia felt something different. When they were alone, Alicia was cold. Her voice, which seemed sweet and understanding to Patrick, became harsh and impatient. But Patrick, trapped in grief and routine, didn't notice. At the office, there was someone who had always cared for him from a distance. And, discreet and efficient, she never let her feelings show. When Janet was alive, and respected her place and never allowed her emotions to take over, Patrick never imagined that and could have feelings for him. To him, she was just an excellent professional and a trustworthy person. But fate had surprises in store. A year passed. Patrick realized that Julia needed a maternal figure and, without truly being in love, decided to give Alicia a chance. The dates were lukewarm, the conversations superficial. Patrick tried to convince himself that he was doing the right thing, but his heart felt nothing. Alicia, on the other hand, wanted more. Her goal was not just to be with Patrick but to completely possess him. Behind the scenes, the truth was grim. Alicia continued treating Julia coldly, growing increasingly impatient with the girl. One evening, Anne had to go to Patrick's house to finalize an important report. After work, he offered her a glass of wine to relax. The conversation flowed naturally, and Patrick noticed something. Julia was radiant in Anne's presence. The affection between them was natural and genuine. As Anne said goodbye, there was a moment of tension. Their eyes met, an unspoken feeling in the air, but neither dared to cross the line. Anne left, leaving Patrick deep in thought. Months passed, and Julia, eager for her Christmas performance, invited Anne to watch. Anne was touched and accepted. When Alicia found out, she was furious. Jealous and insecure, she decided to act. During the celebratory dinner, Alicia couldn't contain her frustration. With sharp words, she insinuated that Anne was trying to take her place. Patrick tried to ease the situation, but it was too late. In a fit of rage, Alicia spilled her drink on Anne, humiliating her in front of everyone. Hurt and embarrassed, Anne left the restaurant in tears. Patrick, furious, realized he had tolerated too much. The next morning, Patrick made a decision. Alicia was fired. Julia, for the first time in a long while, felt safe in her own home. Patrick knew he was free to follow his heart. Small gestures, exchanged glances, spontaneous smiles. Patrick began to notice what had always been there. Seeing Anne with another man, Patrick felt a pang of sadness. But he soon discovered it was just her brother. Patrick finally understood. He loved her. "Will you build a new life with me and Julia?" Patrick asked, and said yes. True love always finds its way.